So, is there a formula for success as a musician, as a guitarist, wanting to make it into the big time? Certainly there is. And first of all, you've got to get your shit together and know your instrument. Because one of the reasons that Diamond Head chose me to replace a guitarist that was messing them around, I learned 10 songs in a week. And I had the knowledge to just be able to pick up those songs at a canter. And I'd studied music theory, I knew my instrument, and yeah, most of the important aspects of being a great guitarist, I'd already studied them and practiced them. What I call the four cornerstones of great musicianship: theory, technique, ear training, and improvisation. So you want to get yourself together like a practice routine where you commit to certainly practicing for 5 days a week, if not 7. 5 days a week being Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because that's kind of like what we're used to, isn't it? And then have a couple of days off at the weekend. And you want to write it down, practice routine. Say if you practice for an hour, you want the first 15 minutes with warm-ups, second 15 minutes practicing chords, third 15 minutes practicing scales, and the last 15 minutes practicing like new, things. Also, always thinking about those four cornerstones, which you'll pick up and you'll change your practice routine along the way. But it's just important to get this practice routine down as a template. So yeah, definitely do that. Write it on a piece of paper, put it up on the wall, so every time you go into the room where you practice, it's like a mental imprint. It reminds you, oh yeah, I'm going to practice. Yeah, so I mean, as you'll see on upcoming videos, I'm going to talk about the things that help me. Sometimes simple things, but they're really effective. Like how do you get out of just getting stuck playing a scale? Just playing the same pattern over and over and not being locked into that, and not actually being able free to express yourself and improvise without fear. Traveling around the fretboard. And one such cool exercise is just to put like a backing track on, or record yourself playing a couple of chords that are in a certain key, say C major, and then you start going up and around the fretboard, not worrying too much about set patterns or the scale. You're just playing anywhere on the fretboard, go all the way around the fretboard, and after a while your ears will start to recognize which notes sound good and which notes don't. And the bum notes, as we call them, when you play a wrong note, you just slide up or down a fret and you're going to be back in tune, back in the key. So definitely recommend that one. And then if you practice that with any kind of regularity, what's going to happen is that you're going to your ear is just going to become accustomed to what it's doing and what you're doing, and you'll play less and less of these off notes. Sometimes though, when you play this off note and then you go up, it actually sounds quite cool, like an embellishment. So yeah, think about that as well. So that's a great little exercise you can try. Ear training, if you like. So yeah, what else? Always hold that dream of being a rock star. If that's what you want to be, always hold that dream of getting to that plateau. Close your eyes and visualize yourself playing in front of thousands and thousands. That's what I did. I used to do visualization, and then lo and behold, about 3 or 4 years later, I played my first gig with Diamond Head in front of 30,000 people at Wacken Rock Festival. So this shit works, man. Trust me. But what works more than anything, in my opinion, is having a good mentor and a good teacher. And that's where I come in, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm taking people who have had bad experiences online, because there are that many kind of shills, as in guitar, call themselves guitar teachers online these days, that are not actually doing what they say they will, and turning you into a better player. I've had so many students come to me and they've been paying for lessons and they're not really getting anywhere, and I just take them and I get them on the right track. So with that, in that regard, I'm offering a free playing analysis session at the moment, where we just take a look at where you've possibly been led down the wrong path, and we correct that, and we start afresh, and we get you on the way to becoming a rock star guitarist. So as I said, I've been there and done that, toured supporting Megadeth, and I know what it takes. So in the description below, the email address you can contact me on for your free playing analysis session, and let's get you started on the road to being the guitarist of your dreams, basically. Your future is in your fingertips. Okay folks, I think I'll leave it there for this one. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and see you on the next one.